Hello, lovely people. This is Sakino again. It is a Monday, not a Sunday. And I was hesitating to record a video at all because I wasn't sure if what I am experiencing at this time and if my reflections about it, about what I'm experiencing, are really valid and thought through enough to share them. But then I decided this morning, yes, it is worth sharing my process. And the theme is responsibility, which for me is a big theme, always has been. And especially at this time when we are in Corona times, still going into the third year of dealing with something that we are not in control of. So I want to share with you what happened. I had decided a couple of weeks ago to facilitate a training group, a Heal Your Roots training, my German group in Berlin, in presence. And my decision came from considerations about the group, about safety, of course. And I decided to do it in presence because I know all the people in the group. It's a very small group. Altogether, we are 7 or 8 people. And I know every single one. Some I know for a long time. Some I don't know for a long time, but I know them all. And we had met in November. And everybody had really behaved in a responsible way. We are all vaccinated and boosted, and we all are testing every day. So I thought it was safe enough to risk to come together, and we decided in the group process on the first day that everybody would decide by themselves if they would wear masks all the time or only when we are moving. So I felt quite good. Now, one participant wrote to me 3 days before the group started that 2 of her family members were testing positive, but she had been testing negative throughout. But she had decided not to come, which I agreed to. And then 2 days later, on Friday, she decided if she was still negative, she would come on Sunday. So I did not object, nor did the group, who I told that. And so she came on Sunday. The group went very, very beautifully. We did family constellations. It was all going fine until Monday. A situation happened that in a constellation, for this particular participant, in the end, one other participant was holding the representative of this participant in her lap, like holding her, mothering her. And then I asked this person who the constellation was for if she wants to swap and be in her role herself, which she agreed to. And so it happened. So there was physical closeness in that moment. I did not say no to it. I did not keep the distance for the participants. So I feel very much responsible for that situation to happen. Because I know that when I guide a process, when I'm in the role of the facilitator, that people will most of the time follow my suggestions, even if they might feel not very comfortable, but many times they follow my suggestions. And so it happened. The next morning, this participant was testing positive for corona. And of course, I said she could not come to the group. And then a whole group process was starting of all kinds of emotions came up, a lot of frustration, anger, hurt, feelings of boundaries being violated. And I felt in the beginning, of course, I felt like really I was so shocked that I had allowed that to happen by my decisions. I'm not taking responsibility for everybody else, how they were acting or behaving, but I'm taking full responsibility for my leadership in this group. And so I really was going and still am going through a process of reflection. What does it mean to be a responsible leader in a group, facilitator of anything, being a therapist in a one-on-one or being facilitating a group process? The only difference that it makes is that in a group process there are more people. While in a one-to-one I am one-on-one with one person. So this really is keeping me busy in my thoughts, in my reflections. I am certain, not certain, but yeah, I am certain that the next time such a situation would come up, I would not allow that participant to come in the first place. I think that would be my first choice, to say, well, yes, you are negative, but your family has been tested positive, so it's better you stay home. I would do that. And the second thing I would not do, I would not promote physical closeness in a situation that we are in Corona. Because I think that the regulations that we are following, I am following them, and most of the people I am close with or friends with follow them. Not all. Some people have very strange opinions about keeping the regulations and getting vaccinated and all of that. But I do, and the people who I'm close with, they also do. So I would not promote any physical closeness at all, even if it would be supporting the therapeutic process of a family constellation situation, because I would just try to protect my participants as best as I can. Now, that's the one part that I'm busy with. The other part is how to deal with the situation. I made mistakes here. And for me, the only way to deal with that is just being responsible in a way that I say, yes, I made mistakes. And I'm really, really sorry. Fortunately, nobody has really been harmed up till today, and it's now a week after. So I am grateful, thank God, that nobody has been harmed. But it could have been. It could have been. And yes, I know that we cannot prevent or protect to 100% ourselves and others. But the whole situation made me aware again how incredibly high our responsibility as therapists, as physicians, as facilitators of group process, processes is we cannot be too careful. And this I am aware of. This I got aware of during these days of reflection and communicating and sharing with my students and listening to their feelings and to their experiences and what they are going through. I trust that this whole situation will strengthen the group. It will bring us closer together. This I trust, because when we have gone through such a process together, what else could happen? Then we just become closer. And I think it's also good. I have learned the most in my life, really. I have learned from one therapist that is very, very open in sharing his own processes and his own feelings and whatever he's going through, which is Irvin Yalom. And I really want to do the same. I want to be open in who I am. I want to share with you what I feel, what I'm going through. And I hope in that sense to set an example how to be a therapist, how to be a group facilitator, how to be a responsible person. It's not avoiding mistakes. It's standing up for what the mistakes are or whatever we did. It's being honest about what we are going through. And that would set probably an example for future therapists, to be honest about themselves, to share themselves in who they are and what they are feeling, thinking, going through in their own lives. So I wish you a good week, all of you. And please feel free to share with me your experiences, your thoughts, your feelings. I'm happy to listen to you. Thank you for listening to me.